a couple of self-sealing stem bolts, a small collection of hydrinos, an ectoplasm interference oscillator, that's a prototype of the Valentine, a gift from a friend, a cosmic slipstream capacitor, a hyperlogic coupler, interphasic coil spanner, quantum flux regulator, ODN recoupler, scissors. It's an excerpt of the Tonklin diary. Gasoline powder. That's the toolbox I've borrowed from TRÜBE. An empty jar. It's the orgone collector. This is the frame for our quantum discriminator. It's almost finished. We just need to attach a few more components. It's still missing an energy source. We also need a coolant. Also, an interface. And last but not least, a particle accelerator. What's that gooey stuff? Is that your blood?
My body is disintegrating.
What do you mean?
It is the effect one has to bear when staying in another dimension for too long.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
They're having a blast out there. An empty... Hi, Lainey. What's cracking?
They are showing the Great Twilight Area Celebration Marathon today. 12 hours of bliss in a row.
They are having the ever-so-riveting town fair outside. Wouldn't you like to go out to the real world once in a while?
The real world is in there, can't you see?
But there is ice cream and cotton candy waiting outside.
I'll think about it. But for now, I need to keep on watching.
She's back in her parallel universe. Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious... I don't want to take this with me. I don't want to take this... There... A dim oil painting showing some of the varnishes. Locked. I wanted to return your fishing rod.
Good! Did you get a bite?
Kind of.
There is a lot going on in this lake, I can tell you, Professor. Just the other day, I caught a red herring this big. So, let me take a look for your pawned item. Ah, there you are. Here's your whistle.
Whistle?
Well, yes, your whistle.
This is not my whistle.
Not your whistle? Of course this is your whistle, your whistle.
I'm sure I'd recognize this whistle if it were my whistle. I left you something completely different.
Right. What was it then?
My, massage rod.
Your what? I don't have no massage rod in here. As I said, here is your whistle, Mr. Tannhauser.
Thanks. Truda?
So, Professor, did you take a look-see around the area?
You could definitely say so. I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Oh yes, indeed. Doppelkopf player. If you ask me, he's a sham. Ripped my guests off to the last penny. Shady type. You better not get involved with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... Does the name Lazarus Taft ring a bell with you?
Haft. Oh yes, indeed. Doppelkopf player. If you ask Shady, you better not...
Oh, I... never mind. I would like to ask you something.
Oh yes, of course.
Never mind. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tannhauser.
Mr. Tannhauser? Step right up.
Hello. How do you know my name?
It's a small town. Penelope Hades. My sister and I run the boat rental over at the lake.
So, are there any prizes?
Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the TRÜBERBROok.
How much for a ticket?
One ticket, 50 pfennigs. But I'm afraid all tickets have been sold.
Bummer.
I'm sorry.
I'll be leaving then. The mere thought of cotton candy makes me shiver. The real thing is just gross. Out of competition. It's a shooting gallery for kids.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
Baron,
Mr. Tannhauser, good to see you.
the pleasure is all mine. How is Claus doing?
He is resting, my loyal Claus.
Are you enjoying the festivities?
Yes, take a look around. All these lights, the beautiful music. This is my TRÜBERBROOK, in all its splendor and glory.
Have you ever heard the name Lazarus Tuft?
Taft. Yes, a real good for nothing. It's not that I don't like strangers, especially if they come as tourists to my beautiful TRÜBERBROOK, but I was suspicious of this Mr. Taft right from the beginning. If you ask me, you better not mingle with him.
Oh, I think I already... well... I need to be on my way.
Until next time, Mr. Tannhauser.
Baron Otto Teton of TRÜBERBROOK Soots, reunited with his tomcat claws. A cone of roasted almonds, 10 pfennigs. I'll have a cone of roasted almonds, please.
A cone of roasted almonds right away. There you are, sir.
Step right up! Step right up! Wanna put your brains to the test?
Bronze?
Right, all right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind. Step right up! Step right up! Mister!
Is there a prize to be won?
Course. The winner of the night gets a trophy.
Oh, okay. Consider me sold.
Right, all right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Arr, beautiful here, ain't it?
Very. What's a sailorman doing out here in the sticks?
Well, I don't like water that much. I'm just so happy to be here with both of my feet on dry land.
But aren't those stereotypical sailor's clothes you were wearing?
So?
What happened to your leg?
Well, that happened on my second job at the piano transportation company. I don't really want to go into details, but thanks to the mercy of a rueful instrument manufacturer, I got me this nice new leg. And due to a timely taken disability insurance, I now may enjoy a quite decent invalidity pension. Far away from the stormy sea.
That's a nice story. Or is it a sad story? I can't decide. So you have a fear of water?
Aye. Thalassophobia. It all started when I was a little boy, back home, on a sweet summer's day. I was swimming in the lake when my Uncle Ulf suddenly cannonballed in. I will always remember these two massive cheeks rapidly closing in. To be honest, it's still haunting me today. I nearly drowned back then. Later I realized that was the day I developed this terrible, terrible fear of everything deeper than a puddle.
If I may ask, why did you become a sailorman if you're so scared of water?
I asked this myself many times. Well, my mother insisted that it would be best for me to face my fears. So naturally, I became a sailorman.
This is so confusing.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
I think I'm needed elsewhere.
Take care!
paddleboat rental. Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was. I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to go. I don't even know. My fishing rod. It's still here. I promised Trude to bring it back. That's a ticket for the raffle. This must be my lucky day. I wonder what that... Locked.
Step right up. Every ticket's a winner. No blanks, guaranteed. Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the TRÜBERBROok.
See? I found a ticket.
Now look at that. You're a lucky fella. Now let's see what fortune has in store for you. Are you ready? This is your prize. A can of cat food. Generously provided by the TRÜBERBROok Advertisers Association.
Oh my. Thanks, I guess.
Well, enjoy.
Baron,
Mr. Tannhauser, good to see you.
the pleasure is all mine. I saw you at the raffle, right? Did you win anything?
I won a pair of hiking boots. Take a look at me. How am I supposed to wander anywhere? You, on the other hand, Mr. Tannhauser, you look like the type to be struck by wanderlust once in a while. Oh, auf dem gelben Wagen sitz ich beim Schwager vorn. Ja, ja, so war das. What about you? Did you have any luck with your ticket?
I won this.
Excuse me, is that cat food by any chance? I am asking on behalf of Klaus. He loves cat food. Would you mind making a trade?
What do you have in mind?
You leave this delicious can of cat food to Klaus and me, and in return, I give you this new pair of hiking boots, size 13. What do you think?
Sounds like a perfect deal. So let's make it so.
It will be to your benefit.
Baron,
Mr.
the pleasure is all mine. I need to be...
Until next...
I just need a moment to reach operational temperature.
out of competition. It's a shooting gallery. The mere thought of
Nice evening for a walk, isn't it?
eerie.
There's something in the air. Can you smell it? Spruces.
Spruces, firs, pines. I was always bad at telling conifers apart.
Where spruces prickle, firs just tickle.
Fir? That's Tanne in German. Just like my name. Never thought about it.
Why? What's your name?
Tannhauser.
We'd pronounce it Tannhäuser with an umlaut. German roots?
Yes, my grandpa.
These things on the ground. We call them fir cones. As a matter of fact, though, they're actually spruce cones. Did you know that?
What do you mean, actually?
Well, fir cones come to pieces when they fall off the trees. Spruce cones stay intact. Some things, you have to see them. You're from around these parts?
No, just visiting. Getting accustomed to it, I guess.
Me neither. I come here for the beautiful view.
Smoke?
No thanks, I quit.
The climate makes me feel a lot better, that's for sure. So what are you doing up here, all on your own? Fed up with all the hurly-burly down there?
I just like traveling. Always on the road, hiking and all that.
So you're taking a break?
Oh, I lost my hiking boots. They just slipped over the railing, and now they're gone. If you ask me, we are really all in the same vast backyard. All this madness. Looking for some kind of meaning. Anything at all.
Sounds a bit like you're going through a life crisis.
Oh no. Quite the opposite is true. I gained insight. That's what I did. Insight. Exactly. That's it.
What about the locals? Do you know them?
Most of them. I'm actually visiting this place every year. Why?
I saw you down there at the raffle.
Yes, I tried my luck.
Did you win?
Just a snuff box. Such a letdown. I've sworn off the devil's dealings. You?
I'm in possession of a pair of hiking boots. Didn't you say you lost yours?
Yes, indeed. I'd exchange anything from my inventory for a new pair of hiking boots. Would you trade with me by chance? Your hiking boots in exchange for my snuff tobacco.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you. How nice. And they're a perfect fit too.
You know a man called Lazarus Tuft?
Yes, I do. Fascinating man. He absolutely crushed me at Doppelkopf once. No one knows for sure where he came from and what he's doing here. Legend says he bought the old mansion in the woods off of his Doppelkopf millions. He rarely ever visits town. Hardly surprising the way folks keep talking around here. Anyway, let them talk. That's my position.
I've got to go.
Okay. Have a nice evening. Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Finally I can make off again. I can hear the call of the wild. Farewell.
Farewell. So what are you doing up here? Fed up with all the hurt? I've got to...
Okay, thanks again.
You're welcome.
Finally, I can...
If I return to the portal empty-handed, no, not an option. I'm not going to use this thing again. I have to insert a coin. The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains.
Patience, just a moment, pal.
She's back in her parallel universe. How are you holding up?
Don't worry about it.
You don't look so good. Sorry I said that.
No, it's cool, really. I get that a lot.
About the quantum discriminator.
Yes?
I totally lost track. What was it I was looking for again?
Take a look at these plans, will you? We need a power source as strong as possible. If this was my dimension, I'd recommend using one of those handy 90,000 volt batteries. I'm afraid that's not an option.
Whew. That's a lot of juice we're needing.
We do need a particle accelerator as well. Has to be small enough to fit in there.
A brown tube, maybe? From a TV set?
Could work.
I just had an idea.
An interface to control the device. Get creative on that. A keyboard, buttons, any kind of interface.
I understand.
And a really potent coolant. It's going to burst if you can't keep the temperature low.
What do you have in mind?
Water won't do. Think of something.
Okay, I'll be back soon. How are you holding up?
Don't worry.
So you really are from another dimension, right?
I was fleeing. I just stepped through the portal and crashed here.
Fleeing?
There were bad things happening back home. And as soon as I stumbled out of the portal, those really wicked scientists got hold of me. They sure love their tests. You really don't want to mess with them.
I think I met them too.
I escaped, went undercover, and since then tried to find a solution to finally get home. Which is where you come into play.
This is so incredible. All my calculations, all my predictions. It's going to take years of studies to understand. I always thought parallel universes and different realities were a predictable possibility. But this, I don't even know where to begin.
Don't worry, you know it in theory.
What were you fleeing from? In your dimension, I mean.
Someone blew up our planet. I would rather not talk about it.
How did you escape?
Through the door, when they weren't watching.
How did you manage to hide all this time?
I made a small fortune playing a card game they fancy here. Doppelkopf.
With nines or without?
Look at that. With, of course. That's not really what it's all about, though.
The old trumps.
I had never given the concept of money much of a thought before. I believed it was a rather crazy idea. But I certainly do know how to play. With that money, I went into hiding. Slowly disintegrating, trying to find a way back home.
Really? That's it? End of story? All that jazz? The money? The need to get back home? And you just went into hiding?
Sort of.
How are you?
Don't worry.
Weren't you just about to elucidate the concept of interdimensional traveling to me?
See, you humans define yourself as some kind of entity that exists inside this corporeal shell. Kind of a consciousness that is somewhat attached to this bodily mass. Where it stems from and why it's there in the first place is totally abstract to you, right? And these two eyes of yours, they define the center of your cosmos, of your perception. Yet there is so much more. You humans need to understand that there's more to the perception of the universe. It's all there. You are just incapable of seeing it. Distant stars and galaxies, sea beams, the Big Bang. All these things you're missing out on. In order to gain a higher understanding of things, the fabric of the universe, to understand the very meaning of your existence, you need to overcome that self-centered view. You have to see the whole picture. Hans, if I could just open your eyes.
You make it sound as if everything we did was wrong.
Let me put it this way. You have not experienced common people until you have heard it in the original by William Shatner.
Can I ask you something personal?
Yes?
Catch Carlchen or not?
Look at that. Some say this, others say that. That's not really what it's all about, though.
Cool. How are you holding up?
Don't worry.
Can I ask you something personal?
Yes?
Are there more of your kind?
Here? No. Scattered across manifold dimensions? Probably. But there are certainly beings from other dimensions right around us. Right now. The cat, if you ask me.
With not?
Look, some say that's not
Cool. How are you?
Don't worry.
Can I ask you something personal?
Yes?
Second doll trumps the first?
Look at that. Of course. That's not really what it's all about, though.
Cool. How are you holding up?
Don't worry.
Can I ask you something personal?
Yes?
Never mind.
I don't even know where to begin.
Don't worry, you know it in theory. Now, the quantum discriminator emits a coherent Tetrian beam into the portal.
Projecting a metaphasing trajectory matrix.
Precisely. Then the projected tachyon pulses allow us to modulate the frequency in such a fashion that
the portal synchronizes with the exact temporal quantum coordinates. A rift in space-time.
Exactly.
This is sensational.
I thought you'd like it.
She's back in it. She's back in her... Truda?
Hello, Professor.
Would you mind looking for my real deposit?
Come again.
My massage rod.
Your what?
Never mind. I'll be...
Make yourself...
I wanted to return your fishing.
Good! Did you get a...
Kind of.
There is a lot. Just the answer. Ah.
Whistle?
Well, yes, your whistle.
This is...
Not your... Of course.
I'm sure I left you some...
Right.
My Picasso.
As I said, here is your whistle, Mr.
I just need a moment to reach.
Every ticket's a winner. No blanks, guaranteed.
So,
Our first prize.
I'll be... A cone of roast... I think I have enough. Baron... Baron?
Mr. Tan,
The pleasure.
I need...
Until...
A leaden trophy. Like a trophy made out of lead.
Step right up, mister!
Why not?
Right, all right. That was, not so bad. Just between the two of us. You could use a little dose of vitamins, don't you think? Always remember, a healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Beverly, it is widely known that Corvidae are quite sociable and intelligent beings. I recently became acquainted with no less than a swarm of these impressive singing birds. Sometimes, I wish I could be like them. If I could just fly south with them. I wonder if they would accept me as one of their own. Over here, little birdies. Whoops. I must have overfed them. I don't even...
Patience, just a...
If I return... I have to... She's back at... I don't want to take this... Modern cuisine, garnished with... Looks a bit shabby.
Truda?
Hello, Prophet.
I would...
Oh, yes, of course.
Ah. I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home.
Every ticket's a win.
How much for a ticket?
One ticket, 50 pfennigs. But I'm afraid all tickets have been...
Bummer.
I'm sorry.
So,
Our first prize is an all-day boat ride on the TRÜBERBROOK.
I'll be leaving then. The mere... Out of... It's a... Baron?
Mr. Ta...
The pleasure is... Are you enjoying...
Yes, all the... This,
Have you ever...
but if you ask me...
Oh. I need to be...
Until now...
Arr.
I saw you. Did you win?
Arr. Just this voucher for a boat trip. Man, I hate water. You?
I won this.
Is that snuff tobacco? Oh man, I love snuff tobacco. Would you like to make a deal?
What do you have in mind?
Would you like to have the voucher in exchange? You know, the one for the boat trip on that lovely lake. That's what I got at the raffle tonight.
That's from the local boat rental.
Yes. Do you want it?
Okay, let's make it so.
All right. Deal.
Every ticket's a winner.
How much for...
One ticket, but I'm afraid all tickets...
Bummer.
I'm sorry.
I'll be leaving then. It doesn't look all too seaworthy. There's a leak in the bow, and the paddle wheel seems to be missing. A swimming animal in the shape of the flying dinosaur, Pteranodon.
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. How much for the swimming animals?
Oh, just pick one. The season is over, and I have a gut feeling dinosaurs will be out of fashion next year anyway. My bet is on...
Sea monsters.
Maybe, yeah.
I won this voucher in the raffle.
I know.
How can you know?
Yeah, my sister told me. She's hosting the raffle booth tonight.
Who would have thought?
Hey, sweetheart.
Good evening. About the paddle boat over there? It doesn't seem particularly seaworthy.
Why? What's wrong with it?
I think it has a leak. The paddle wheel isn't in good condition either, if you ask me.
Oh my. You see, I'm afraid it's the last of its kind. Its friends are already lined up at the dry dock. Do you think you could help me fix it? I can't really leave my post right now.
I'll have a look at it. This should fix the leak. It's much too cold to go for a swim right now. It doesn't look all too seaworthy, but it has no paddle wheel.
Sorry about the pedal boat. You were really looking forward to this, right?
To be honest, yeah, I was.
I'm gonna write you a voucher for a whole weekend during the next season, okay?
But I don't even know if I'll ever return. I'll be leaving then.